So for the most part, I've been reasonably lucky with Project 308. The car hasn't really given me too many surprises, but I got one today. Gonna get these bumper shocks back on. These are the new ones, these are the old ones. Look at the difference. I believe these ones have been specifically collapsed to move the bumper in. And I think on the originals, the bumper sat out so far and everybody said, wow, that's ugly. Let's pierce a hole in here, release the gas, push them back in, and then put them on that way. For now, I'm gonna put these ones on. I'm gonna keep these ones, I'm not gonna throw them out yet. And if this bumper sticks out like too far, I'm gonna probably go back to these ones. I'm not a big fan of having loose parts lying around, especially on something as rare as this car, because if something goes missing, then I just can't go and call an off-the-shelf company to supply me another one. So I'm going to start putting some parts back on this car right now just to get them off the ground, get them off my bench, and then move on to the next project, which I believe is going to be getting the cooling system, the radiator and everything out of the car, taking it to a rad shop. I'm fairly certain that the radiator on this vehicle is not original. I say that because the lower rad mount on the driver's side is mangled, and there has most definitely been a minor accident repair right in the left front lower rad mount area, which makes me believe that the radiator was replaced at that time. If you could feel how hard this hose right now, oh my god. That's not moving. Alright, so this tube here is connected to the radiator, and these hoses are so completely and totally hard that nothing will move as it's supposed to move. I'm just gonna get this off right now. You can ask every young mechanic, and they'll tell you exactly the moment they took their first antifreeze shower. Now I know you're thinking this is a rookie mistake, but the drain cock at the radiator is seized. Now you're thinking the same thing I am. Do we actually say drain cock anymore? Let me look that one up. But in my defense, I didn't think there was much coolant in this thing still, considering the motor's out of it and everything, and I drained it from the rear. Alright, so that top hose goes to the upper rad hose up there. This one here goes, this hose goes to the heater core system. This goes to the lower rad hose, so I'm going to get that hose, I'll get them out. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to cut everything now. More coolant, man. Where's that bucket again? It is my intent to replace every hose in this car and every clamp, which means just pull off the ones that actually come off, but any of them that give me a hard time, I'm cutting them, simply because I don't want to pull and then accidentally slip and damage something else. Alright, so the rad seems to be pinched a bit right here. So let's see if we can. There. Open out a bit more, but now it's free. And this is the moment where my week goes horribly wrong. I had all these intents of having all the suspension back in the car and then showing you the new shocks and the springs and how everything looks. And then this. So, as I had previously discussed, the car's had a very minor accident here before, and it's got a small repair here. It wasn't a great repair, but it wasn't really that obnoxious, so I kind of sort of ignored it. As you can see right here, that's been welded in very sloppily, and now that we've started cleaning in this area, this is all falling apart. So I can't ignore this. I was just going to clean up that weld previously and just kind of make it look more presentable. But I'm at that point now where I need to cut all this out.
I'm hoping you're sitting back comfortably and you got your coffee or your beer, whatever you're drinking, because this is going to take a while.
You're not getting any sparks from me?
Not look good, and it does not look good. If you're starting to get the impression that this took a lot of time, you'd be correct. Maybe I was being overcautious, but maybe I was doing it just right. But one thing that I know for sure is at the rate I'm going, Project 308 is going to be at episode 308 before you know it.
All right, I've definitely gotten through part of it, and as per usual, it's always a little worse than you think. You can see right there probably that there's a little bit of light. See right there? You probably can see some light coming through there. And you can see some light coming through there as well. All right, so I'm gonna have to go back a bit more, and I'm gonna have to deal with this side, but I'm gonna leave this side on right now so that I can use it as a guide. Make this piece here first, make that piece, get it in there, and then I'll go to this side and I will start removing that piece and repair that on the other side as well. And of course we're gonna make things a little bit worse again. Oh no, right there. So I'm gonna slice this along here and separate this little minor structural piece from this side, and then I'll extend my cut back about another 2 inches back to the other side of this over here, and then replace this whole piece.
Yep, that arm really is taking a beating. I've got some safety gear around here somewhere. Maybe I should put it on. Alright, so I've done my best to sort of surgically remove all of that bad stuff. I've had to go way further back than I originally thought. I can't believe I'm cutting into my Ferrari this deeply. Got my little sleeve on here. Get that off. And get that off. Safety glasses. But I am getting there. I just got to even out a couple little spaces, or places, excuse me. Yeah, I know what you were thinking. When I was doing all that cutting, you were thinking I hadn't covered my car. See, you're wrong. I covered it. Alright, so I've just made this a tiny bit bigger. just so that I can trim it
I
down
need to
later.
create a new bottom plate for the driver's side. So let's use the passenger side as a template, and then I'll just flip it so it's the correct orientation for the driver's side. So I'm at that point right now where I'm literally trying to remove like a millimeter at a time. As you can see, my little bit of blue there. And you can see right here, I'm pretty close here, but I'm a little low right there. So I've been trying to turn this piece, and I've got it in there so snugly right now that I don't need the magnets to hold it in. Okay, now it's not going to stay again. Just to prove me wrong. There it goes. Okay, so you can see it's staying on its own. That's how close I have it right now. So I'm happy with that there, because I can weld that. That's a pretty small gap to weld. I'm going to put these on simply because I'm going to move it around right now. So the inside is close to being done. I still have to make the rad support over there, but for now I can move to the outside frame rail, and I'm just going to do a fairly simple cut. I'm going to cut it down, cut it across the top here, cut it down the front there. It's already separated at the bottom, as you can see. This side should be a lot easier, and easier means quicker. Here's the piece of metal I just removed from the car. You know, I kind of thought it looked like a shark. Ah! Baby shark, doo 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 doo, baby shark. Oh, screw it. This is where a nice dirty finger comes in handy. Like this. Dirty Finger, you know, that kind of sounds like a rock and roll band. Or maybe it's Terry's band, because he's always singing. It's pretty close. A little bit over so I can grind it down a bit. It's going reasonably smooth, but I got a little bit of a problem here. You can see that that kind of tucks in. So if I look over here, you can see that that piece, the rear piece, kind of curves out a bit. So I'm going to tack it here, right where it's flush. Tack it up there, and then I'm going to try and sort of leave that little gap there. And once I've got it tacked, I'm going to try and kind of pry that out a bit and kind of line it up a bit better. cavity protection wax. Meet cavity. Yes, we're going to put that in there. But this piece right here, when I welded this in, if I had sprayed back here, right back there, I would have set all this stuff on fire. I've got a little hole right there. I'm going to get as much as I can in there to kind of protect that from the inside out. Obviously this is fast forward as I'm welding it. I'm really actually welding it quite slowly to keep the heat down so I don't create any fires. Last but not least is the fabrication of a new lower mount for the driver's side using the passenger side as a template. Now, if you've watched any of my videos up until this point, you know I use sockets for everything else other than tightening and loosening bolts. In this case, the socket's going to be a tool to bend this metal around as I heat it. So this is the passenger side rad support, and here's the one I've been working on. Still needs a bit of tweaking, but it's looking pretty close, I don't mind saying. Just gotta twist that back a bit all over here. I'm not gonna weld this back onto that side until I have the rad in place, because I don't know exactly where this goes. Because all that is new, I don't have any markings there. I'm gonna put the rad back in, set it on the side, bolt it in at the top, and then I'm gonna move that up and find just the ideal spot. Get the rad tomorrow. Alrighty, so here's my good side, here's my bad side, here's my new part. Man, I think I nailed it. I think I nailed it. Anyways, this is gonna go here approximately at an angle like that. It's gonna get right about there, it looks like to me. Earlier on in the week when I pulled the radiator out, I took it to a rad shop to have it inspected, tested, cleaned, and let me know if it was any good. I told the fellow when I dropped it off that I thought it had been replaced and for him to give me his opinion. Now, not being a Ferrari expert, he obviously couldn't tell me if it was a Ferrari rad. What he could tell me, though, is that it's in excellent shape and that there's no buildup whatsoever inside of it, and it flows like it did when it was new. Whenever that was.
Don't burn me. Of course I'm gonna burn you. That's gotta go there. Okay. Now you see the angle of that one? So it's gotta go, it's gotta push and it's gonna twist like this. See how that has gotta be front and center right there? So I'm gonna need you to twist right there and hold it in. I'm gonna get a spot there. And then I'm gonna get a spot down there. Okay, dude. Look at those snazzy gloves. You want the sleeves?
Nah. If you hear me yell out, you got me.
Okay, so the problem is you gotta go back further. So the first one, it's got a twist. No. So actually, you just push that. I can probably hold it there. Okay, you hold. Okay.
It's a lot of force.
This is the rubber. Now I need to do the back, and then I gotta take the rad out and do the rest.
Need to go further on the back? Is that high enough?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I treated the inside with some cavity spray and now the outside with some Pour 15 metal prep. All right, I could not be happier with the way this turned out. Man, it turned out well. You know what, Terry needs to come over here and give me his loo ready. Now get your butt over here. No. Now that you, no.
Finish this car for 5 o'clock.
All right. I convinced him to come over. I need your, get over here. Yeah, give me your, I need your 1 out of 10 rating on this.
Hold on a second, blind man.
Okay, blind man, grab your glasses. What's the issue then?
I need some light.
I got a big light right here.
Light ain't good enough for me. I'm a blind man. I need a lot.
He needs a light. But there's a light
I need a lot.
right there. All right, Dave. Come on. It's inspecting. I don't hear anything. Still waiting. But my arm's getting tired from holding this camera.
Well, I just checking to make sure it looks like the other side. You know?
And?
Okay. I give you my seal of approval. It looks good.
Okay, 1 out of 10. Come on, give me the 1 out of 10 rating.
I give you a 9.
A 9.
The reason I'm giving you
Okay, what could I have done better then? What's the 10?
well, I can't give you a 10.
Why can't you give me a 10? Why do you have to be so chintzy in your rating? What did I do wrong? Where did I lose my point?
Hey, I have to be firm, okay? I just can't give away points like that.
Okay, well, fair enough. Where did I muck up?
You didn't mark up, but I just can't give.
Oh,
away.
so this is some sort of, you know.
Yeah. I give you props. You did good.
Okay, all right.
The edges are perfect in line, just like the other one. Yes, it looks good. Welded in solid, like yeah.
All right, so
hard to tell that-
I got a cheap 9 out of them. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in part number 26. Thanks, Terry.